Hello scrapbookers, this is Rowena from Crafts by Rowena. Welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to be using several different sheets of paper. I'm going to be using three pieces by my favorite paper company, Basic Gray, and this orange piece right here is from Bo Bunny, and so this one's from the Mellow line, and then Periphery and Obscure line. But before I get started, I had a few comments that wanted to see how I use the Gypsy to cut with my Cricut. So there are a lot of videos out there showing you different ways to use your Cricut, and at Cricut.com, if you go to the Gypsy, there's some really detailed videos that help you get started. But if you ever have any questions, you want to see something you don't have, one of your a Gypsy of your own, definitely just leave a comment with your question and I'll try to do a video, or I'll send you a message with the answer. So we're just gonna zoom in here because I want you to see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna use my stylus and turn it on, and I've already started doing something. I didn't want you to see me go through this, so I just did it ahead of time. And so what I did was I got this square, and I got it from the, I think it's George's and Basic Shapes. So this is just a regular square. And then here's some type. It says Proud Dad, and that's the title for the page that I'll be creating today. And what I wanted to show you was how to group an item and how to weld them together. And so to group an item, you just click off the screen. Off the items. You don't want anything selected. And what we're gonna do is right here, this first button, it says group. You click on it, and as you can see, it turns orange. It lets you know that this function is active. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on everything on the mat of what you want to be grouped. So I want this to be grouped with this square. I'm just going to try to select it here. And so these two, oops, I double clicked on it. There we go. So these two are now grouped. And what I'm going to do is go to Advanced, and this first button right here, it's got a little star, circle, and a square. Click on it, and this is what's going to weld my items together. And if you want to see it closer, all you do, you click on this gray button and you tap once. Usually two is too close. As you can see, this comes out pretty big. Then to pan around, you hold and press the second button, and that helps you move the mat around so you can see exactly what's going on. And then there's this button over here. It's an eye, and you just click on it, and that gives you a preview of how it's going to cut. So I'm not sure if you can see the different colors here, but it shows in red what's going to cut. And the reason why I welded this together, I wanted the words to be attached to the square, and so you have to weld it. If you do not weld it, it's going to just cut out these letters and it'll be separate from your square. So that's it for that. To get back to the whole mat, this button right here, the top button, you just press it once, and that gives you the whole mat. And I'm just going to zoom out because I'm done showing you about how you use the Gypsy, and it's really simple to use. There's this little little area right here, and you just plug plug it into the back. There's a cord that comes with it, and then you plug the other end into the Cricut, and it goes off after a while. I have it for like a minute. If I don't use it for a minute, it'll shut off, and that'll help save the battery. And you just plug it in and you press cut. And so I'm just going to do that now. I'm gonna do some more embossing, and I'm gonna be using this stamp. I think it's by Ali Edwards, and you can find it at Technique Tuesdays, I think. And I have my acrylic block ready to go, but before I start embossing, because this is type and there's some detail, I'm using this I think embossing buddy. I can't remember what it's called, but some people use cornstarch. It just helps prevent the embossing powder from sticking where you don't want it to. And so I'm just using my embossing ink, getting that inked up really good, and then I'm gonna stamp down here. The next thing that I'm going to emboss is this clock, and I'm just going to stamp it kind of off the paper, and I'm once again just going to use my embossing ink, and I'm just going to emboss everything so that I won't miss a spot, because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to line it up. And once again, I'm just going to use this tool, and I'm just going to just apply it right here. And this clock is from Heidi Swap. I'm just going to take it here, and then I think I'll just stamp right here. And there are hands that go with this clock. So I'm just going to take it, stick it on my acrylic block here. Get some embossing ink on it. And then I'm going to just try to line it up. So that's it for the first hand, and then there's a shorter one. Then I'm going to get my sheet of paper and pour on my embossing powder. So maybe if I let you see close up, you'll realize that the lines on the clock, they do not match up exactly. And I have a solution to that. What I do is, whatever color that I emboss or stamp with, I get a brad to match, and then I just take my piercing tool and I make a hole right in the center, and I just add my brad on, and see, you'll never know that it was not on there straight.